From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Tuesday morning. We are seeing some foggy areas out there for this morning. We could see the same thing into tomorrow morning as well. Considerable avalanche danger still for today, a little bit less so for tomorrow. We're keeping the forecast dry and mild through Saturday. Right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Weimar. You see those low-lying clouds out there. And in the other valley over in the Kittitas Valley, we're seeing some very thick fog. Looks like some of that is now cutting through the Tri-Cities, and it's in the Bluefoot Hills as well. So if you run into these areas, of course, take it slow and use the low beams. And in terms of this being freezing fog, I think it could be if it develops in the Yakima Valley, just given we are below freezing there, but elsewhere just a little bit too warm for that, at least for now. Here's your hourly forecast for this Tuesday for the Tri-Cities. It's going to end up being a mostly cloudy day, but once again, a pretty mild day as we'll be up around 50 degrees, a little bit cooler in the Kittitas Valley. But again, considerable avalanche danger in the Cascades for today. I'll talk about the specifics of that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, mounting investigations, leadership shakeups, and growing criticism at the Port of Benton. Coming up, we're going to let you know why former commissioners are sounding the alarm about accountability and transparency.
Plus, a century-old canal cracking under pressure. Coming up, why fires, flooding, and aging infrastructure could soon threaten the Yakima Valley's water supply.
And community backlash sparks action at the state level, while Tri-Cities lawmakers are pushing to change how high-risk sex offenders are placed and what the move could mean for the proposed LRA home in Kennewick. We have the latest on these stories and more straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It is Tuesday, February 3rd.
Making our way through the week.
Yes, we are, and a lot of news to get to this morning.
And we do want to start with continuing coverage at the Port of Benton, where another big shakeup is happening as a CFO and auditor is now out.
Yeah, so now this morning, Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen shows us how we got there and why this whole thing might not be over yet.
You have become, quite frankly, a commission of chaos.
Those words from former Port of Benton Commissioner Roy Keck sum up growing frustration surrounding the Port of Benton. Now under mounting scrutiny after a series of investigations, leadership shakeups, and internal decisions that have raised questions about accountability and transparency. The turmoil traces back to an independent investigation into Port Commissioner Scott Keller, released in January. That report claims Keller violated state law and port policies multiple times, including violations involving gifts of public funds and resources, as well as actions connected with his private hangar at the Richland Airport.
The port staff should not have to be feared in retaliation for simply doing their job.
On January 7th, commissioners held a special meeting and unanimously voted to place Executive Director Diane Howard on paid administrative leave. Commissioners have not publicly detailed the reasons behind the investigation into Howard, though some have argued she created strain within the organization.
She's put a lot of stress on the tenants. She's put a lot of stress on the rates, and the things are not fair. And I go to you, the years before she took office, the millions of dollars that were being influxed into our community at just the airport and other places has come to a halt.
Then, on February 2nd, commissioners met again, this time in executive session, to discuss potential litigation involving an employee. Following that meeting, the board unanimously voted to terminate Alicia Myers, the port's chief financial officer and auditor, citing performance concerns. Angela Saraceno-Lyman was appointed to temporarily fill that role, with the salary adjustment approved by the board. With two top leaders now out of their roles and key questions still unanswered, critics say transparency at the Port of Benton remains a major concern. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
So during last night's meeting, that CFO position was not filled.
Apple Valley News Now reached out to the Port of Benton officials for comment, but we've not heard back yet. Stay with us both on air and online as we continue to follow this story.
5:04 now and taking you to Yakima, where a key Yakima Valley waterway is in danger of being unusable. And it's prompting state politicians to ask the U.S. Department of the Interior to call a state of emergency. Officials say the 100-year-old Yakima-Titan Canal is falling apart at the seams after the 2024 Retreat fire caused some severe damage to the area. It made it really vulnerable to flooding and landslides. So now the Yakima-Titan Irrigation District says it's been exploring ways to replace the canal for years, but officials say it's going to take some help from the state and federal levels to afford a solution.
We've looked at the alternatives. A gravity solution is really the best bet for the district, but as you can imagine, when a lot of the work has to, be done using helicopters and log yarders and things like that, it's expensive because there's no access.
Now, several local politicians signed a letter asking to give the canal emergency status, including Senators Patty Murray and Maria Cantwell and Representatives Dan Newhouse and Kim Schreier.
5:06 and a new movement in Olympia over how and where convicted sex offenders can be placed in local neighborhoods. South Central Washington lawmakers have introduced a series of bills aimed at tightening oversight and increasing community notifications for so-called less restrictive alternative homes.
Yeah, LRA homes, as we've been referring them to. So now one of those bills could get a key hearing by tomorrow.
In a situation like this, when it comes to protecting families and children from violent sexual offenders, this should be nonpartisan.
In the wake of the state's placement of a home for level 3 and higher sex offenders in a Kennewick neighborhood, a move that's drawing significant community backlash, local lawmakers have introduced a package of 6 bills to change the rules governing these placements.
There's in the House, and we have the companion bills in the Senate. So the ladies, Rep. Connors and Rep. Barnard, have both dropped bills for the LRA. LRA proposed fixes, and we have the companion bills in the Senate.
Senator Nikki Torres from District 15 says she actually heard back from the chair of Human Services, Senator Claire Wilson, via email late Monday and told me that Senate Bill 6339, which is the bill that strengthens the state's ability to respond when a person in a LRA placement violates the terms of their supervision, will most likely get a hearing.
She did email me back today because I've been planning to see with her since last week. And she is saying that hopefully if they can get through exec bills, that they will try to give a hearing. So what we can do also is this will at least, if we can get a hearing on that bill, it'll allow the community to testify. And then if the bill is exec out of that committee, then we can also place amendments or even a striker on it. And the striker would include all of the other parts from the other bills in it.
Torres says one of the other new bills, Senate Bill 6334, which would bar LRAs from directly abutting homes with children, also needs to be heard in committee by Wednesday to stay alive this session. If that hearing is held, the bill could be amended to combine several related proposals, from expanding buffer zones around schools and playgrounds to enforcing ongoing compliance and reporting after placement.
I know I feel like it's being held hostage, but I really hope that she does give it the hearing that it deserves.
These bills right here work to protect communities and keep SVPs, which are in compliance with local law enforcement, landlords, creates a buffer around daycare and schools, and just make sure that the community is aware that these people are among us.
Washington state church leaders like Pastor Eric Lundberg of Living World Lutheran in Graham, which is in Pierce County, are publicly supporting the legislation.
It really comes down to the basis of being a citizen and being active. I think that too many times we've looked at citizen activism as like this sort of elite group of people, when in fact it should be every single citizen. Now, I'm a 47-year-old man. I raise 8 children. I'm a pastor. So I'm not like interested in being like, YouTube famous or anything. It's just like I looked at it and I was like, how can I make an impact in my community? How can I get the word out?
Over the weekend on Facebook, Lundberg framing it as a matter of community safety and accountability.
That's what makes me so concerned, that what happens if we don't get the right amount of attention?
So from Torres to Senator Banky and other local lawmakers, the clock is ticking, but there is hope.
If this bill moves forward and progresses out of committee, then we can slap on a striker to include portions of the other bills in it.
Now, within the hour, our team did hear back from Senator Wilson, and she confirmed her conversation with Torres and said in part, quote, because most of the bills were filed just days before the deadline, that she's trying to waive the rules to get at least one heard this week.
And we'll, of course, keep you updated as we learn more. And keep it here, because coming up next, one last performance at home before the biggest competition of the year. Southridge here getting a send-off from classmates and family as they head to state, and this season made the moment even more meaningful. We've got the details on why right after the break.
And giving you a live look outside this morning, this one from right here at our Apple Valley studios in Kennewick. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth talking about possibly a little fog moving through the area this morning as you head out the door. I'll break down your first alert forecast when we come back.
I'ma tell you what I mean. 1, 2, 3.
When you have a Medicare partner you trust, life gets lighter.
Healthspring?
You know it. Put a spring in your step. Healthspring.
Life moves fast. At Frechette Winery, we invite you to slow it down and savor the moment. Join us on Red Mountain for bold, flavorful red wines, a welcoming vibe, and experiences meant to be shared, from relaxed tastings to unforgettable wine and dinner events. Located just minutes from Benton City in West Richland, we're open daily, noon to 5. Come for the wine, stay for the warmth, experience the Frechette vibe. Great wine brings people together, and we'd love to welcome you to Frechette.
Home isn't just walls and a roof, it's where hope begins. With Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity, you can build that home together with people who care. Our path to ownership is affordable and supportive, with education and partnership at every step. Wondering if you qualify? Fill out our online application. We are building in Benton and Franklin counties and in Walla Walla. Apply online today. Let's build the place you'll call home.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Before you head for the slopes, catch the Apple Valley News Now Northwest Ski Report. It's on air during weather, online at applevalleynewsnow.com, or on our mobile app. The Northwest Ski Report from Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Schweitzer in Sandpoint, Idaho.
Check it out.
GBI's been brought in on a bank heist case. We have any leads?
They are quick, they are precise, they never leave a trace.
I'm gonna scour through every bit of that footage to find a hole in your alibi.
A replay of last night's Kraken game today at noon on the new My Network TV. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have considerable avalanche danger once again for today. That threat is really going to go down for Wednesday, except for one zone. But first, here's today's threat. Considerable danger for pretty much, I'd say 75% of these forecast zones, including some of our viewing area proper. So let's go ahead and go through it. First, the west central slopes. This includes places like Darrington, very close to Stevens Pass, but considerable danger above 4,500 feet. Then for Stevens Pass, considerable danger above 6,000 feet. Look at the avalanche type, wet, loose snow. We'll talk about that in just a second. Then for Snoqualmie Pass, this would be above 5,500 feet. And then for the west-south slopes, which includes Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens in White Pass, that would be considerable danger above 6,500 feet. Okay, for tomorrow, you see that considerable area is going to be reduced, but still for the west central slopes above 4,500 feet, we will have that considerable danger. Okay, here are all of the primary avalanche types. And again, it's wet, loose snow, heavy wet snow, slides from sunshine or rain. So that's going to be the setup over the next couple days. So we have a considerable threat of that. So what does considerable avalanche danger even mean? Well, it means that natural avalanches are possible, human-triggered avalanches are likely, and there's a wide array of the types of sizes and distributions of these avalanches, but the advice remains the same. Careful snowpack evaluation, very cautious route finding, very conservative decision making, all essential to staying very safe in the backcountry over the next couple days. Okay, for lower elevations, definitely lower stakes for this forecast, but some patchy fog is out there. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Josh. 5:15 talking sports now this morning as Southridge High School's cheer team is heading to the Washington State Championships.
Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable captured how the high school cheered for the ones who normally do the cheering.
Southridge High School hosted a send-off for their cheer team before they travel for the state championships. They performed at home one last time, where this time their classmates and family were the ones cheering for them.
It was cool to have everybody here because obviously we go to all of the sporting events, so it was nice to have some support for ourselves as well.
The Suns qualified to compete at state with their performances this season, but their road to this point was far from an easy one.
This year we're kind of going for it all. Hopefully we'll get first place, but if not, it's okay. My team has been through a lot this year, so anything feels good. Quite a few injuries. We had to take some people out and rework the routine a few times, but a lot of teams go through that and we overcame it and I feel good now.
Some members of the team have performed at state 3 years in a row, and some are competing on the big stage for the first time.
Really excited to go and compete and give it my all because I really want to earn a state title for our 4 seniors on our team. Not just for me, but also for those seniors who are graduating, and they built up this reputation and this foundation for me and the other cheerleaders to cheer for this school. And so I really want to help them get that state title and end their senior year with a bang.
And now Southridge has their chance to prove themselves on the mat in front of the rest of the state. In Kennewick, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
Southridge Cheer is going to be hitting the road on Thursday at the end of the school day, headed to Battleground High School.
And Southridge will be one of the first teams to compete on Friday. Good luck to them.
Yes.
And keep it here because coming up next, Josh Colbert is back with that First Alert full weather forecast that is coming up in just a few minutes right after the break.
Life happens. Lucky for you, the new ICCU Central Plus checking account comes with benefits, including cell phone protection.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
That's right. Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
Welcome to KVH Orthopedics, now in our newly renovated space that's modern and welcoming, with appointments available when you need them. Our state-of-the-art facility and advanced technology provide expert diagnostic and surgical care. Our team is with you every step of the way, helping you get back to the life you love. Experience the next level of orthopedic care at KVH. Schedule your appointment today. Kittitas Valley Healthcare, your home for health.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
In our house, love comes in little bites.
Mom, you do this every time.
Quality control. Memories are made in the kitchen. Find the right appliance to make more of them at Fred's.
All GE appliances are on sale, like this GE fridge, now only $14.99. That's a savings of $1,100. Stop by your local Fred's appliance today and shop the region's largest Get It Today inventory. We sell appliances, only appliances.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
A new head coach and a new attitude, but it's still the most exciting game in the Pacific Northwest. Oh my! Seattle Kraken hockey.
That's hockey, baby! Seattle Kraken hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
A waterfall, a footbridge, and more. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have some areas of patchy fog for this morning. Would not be too surprised if we saw the same thing for tomorrow morning as well. The thick stuff continues to be up in the Kittitas Valley, also for the Blue Foothills. Looks like some of this is cutting right through the basin, though, including for the Tri-Cities. So we'll continue to track this all throughout this morning. We're thinking that the bulk of this should lift by 10 a.m. And then for tomorrow morning, probably going to go through the exact same cycle. Looks like model consensus for now says that the most favorable areas for fog are going to be the Blue Foothills and the Kittitas Valley, but points in between, can't rule it out. And that primary time frame is going to be from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. All right, other than that, not much happening with our forecast, at least through Saturday, and this continues to be the culprit. These areas of high pressure that are working together, really shielding the Pacific Northwest from any active weather at all. This atmospheric river would be real nice to have right about now, but this high pressure, these areas of high pressure are going to break it up or send these storm systems around us. So here's what that's going to look like over the next 7 days in the Yakima Valley. Dry through Saturday, a little chance for a shower on Sunday, but then dry again by Monday. What we want to see are these green bars to go up, up, and up. We need this pattern to break because we need the rainfall, and we especially need the snowfall up in the mountains. Of course, you can see hour by hour, day by day, precip chances, temperatures, wind gusts, visibility, all that by downloading Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app, free in the App Store or on Google Play. For those forecast highs over the next 7 days for the Yakima Valley, we're going to keep it pretty steady, right around 50 degrees over the next 7 days, which is about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. And those overnight lows going to bounce anywhere from 30 to 36, which is also going to be about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than normal for the beginning of February. So still stuck in this mild and dry pattern. Hopefully it breaks up sometime soon. This is a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dry and mild through Saturday, then small rain chances come back by Sunday. For Yakima, highs hovering around 50 this week with mostly cloudy skies overall. For Ellensburg, already turning into a foggy start this morning. We'll see how persistent the fog ends up being throughout the week. And then for Hermiston, partly to mostly cloudy and mild through Saturday, then maybe some rain by Sunday. And finally for Walla Walla, this is where we'll see the best chance for wet weather on Sunday, other than the mountains, of course.
All right, 522, check this out because Super Bowl week is in full swing, and one of this year's Super Bowl ads turns a wedding into a contact sport. Take a look.
Ooh, what's that? First beer of the wedding. Is there enough for everyone? Oh, right there. I got this.
It's 60-second spot called Keg, and the scene opens at a wedding with Manning holding a Bud Light, and Posty asks if there's enough for everybody, and then panic sets in as the keg spirals down a steep hill. I can't blame them. I'm doing the same thing.
Yes, sprint, tumble, and somersault after the beer as Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You plays, of course. Flowers fly, suits get wrecked.
Nice, even the bride and groom got in on the chaos. Ultimately, the keg is found. The beer is poured. Cheers to everyone. All is well in the world.
That's a great tradition to start. You know, right? Just hey, who can grab it? Not the bouquet toss. Go grab the keg or
grab the keg.
Yeah,
the keg roll.
I would do it. Grab the bottle. Something.
So funny. I love it. And that's just one of So many little
We're
sneak
seeing
peeks
a
that we're
bunch of good
getting.
ones so far.
I know, I love it. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. From the final chapter of Strangers to new films starring Chris Hemsworth and Margot Robbie, plus a return to horror with, ew. I don't like those things.
With Scream 7. We'll watch it, Jade.
No, I won't. Or anything that has those weird masks things that I just saw. But this morning, hey, we're going to break down, this looks a little more my speed cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to break down February's biggest movie releases coming up in your entertainment headlines.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Meet Jan. She's enjoying a beautiful day outdoors with friends and family. She's also managing her type 2 diabetes by taking Jardiance, the little pill with a big story to tell. You see, once daily Jardiance can help lower your A1C. Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
So ask your doctor about Jardiance, the little pill with a big story to tell.
This February, it's more countless wins with a $55,000 high-stakes giveaway at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Over $5,000 is up for grabs weekly, Fridays and Saturdays in February. Take home cash prizes and premium Pendleton beef. Multiply your entries every Monday. And on Saturday, February 28th, 4 grand prize finalists will break the bank with $13,000 in cash and prizes, including $500 of Pendleton beef for each winner. Beef up your wins only at Wild Horse Resort and Casino.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became America's best-selling trucks. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years and counting. And Ford, the most awarded brand for initial quality among trucks by J.D. Power. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, February is packed with big releases at the box office, everything from horror and action to animation and music and documentaries.
And some familiar franchises are wrapping up, others getting fresh takes, and a few major stars are headlining some brand new projects.
This morning, David Daniel takes us through what's hitting theaters and streaming this month and what just might have you watching with the lights on, including Jade. Take a look.
We're not watching it all.
After all these years, you're the only one that survived. Why?
February begins with an ending as The Strangers Chapter 3 wraps up the Home Invaders horror trilogy.
There's a courier carrying watches and gems. The new buyer's paying cash.
Mid-February brings Chris Hemsworth, Halle Berry, and Mark Ruffalo in Crime 101.
You don't belong here, goat. You're too smart.
The animated sports adventure, GOAT. And Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi in a new take on the classic Wuthering Heights.
This is Paul McCartney of Wings. It was about trying to do something different.
February also brings a pair of major music documentaries. Man on the Run, about Paul McCartney's post-Beatles years, hits theaters for one day, February 19th, before landing on Prime Video.
If you feel it.
You can't help but move to it.
And Baz Luhrmann's epic Elvis Presley in Concert opens in IMAX theaters that same week before expanding to wide release a week later.
Hello?
Hello, Sydney. Did you miss me?
And February ends as it began with horror as Neve Campbell returns in Scream 7. Watching through my fingers in Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Nope.
Wuthering Heights. That's the one that
I'll take that. Or the
I can't
goat.
wait.
Take the goat cartoon.
Goat one? Yeah, that one looks good too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're so funny because you don't like the scary movies, but you're always listening to like true crime and like the craziest details. Like,
That is
make it make
accurate.
sense, Jade.
I can't.
It's
I can't
it's
make
the
it make
sounds.
sense.
I don't know. It must be the sounds or
It's
like
just, okay.
the jump scares.
The true crime. Yeah, I think it's the jump scares.
Yeah,
I think
because
it's
you'll
that
listen
kind of
to
stuff.
like the craziest details with these true crimes.
Yes, I will.
And then I'm like, what? And just
you
casually.
prefer the real scary
Like
stuff or the fake scary stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Seems more predictable.
Yeah.
I love it.
I
She's
don't
great.
know.
We love her.
I don't know. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A critical blood shortage putting life-saving care at risk. Coming up, why the Red Cross says donors are urgently needed right now and how you can help.
And Grandview is growing fast. Hundreds of new homes, new businesses, and major projects reshaping the city. We'll explain why officials say this boom is just getting started. Those details in your next half hour, but first, your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Netflix will air the return of BTS. The superstar Korean boy band has been on a hiatus since 2022, but they are coming back with a new album and live concert that'll be shown in March. A documentary about making the album debuts the following week. Elon Musk is merging two of his own companies. SpaceX has acquired xAI, forming what Musk calls the most ambitious, vertically integrated innovation engine on and off Earth. The move comes ahead of SpaceX's likely effort to go public later this year. And there's a new social media style feed to check out. It's called Exicopedia, a web app that lets you doom scroll Wikipedia content. You can choose from certain categories and tap a post to see the full article. Hundreds of thousands of entries are available to scroll through. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Hannah Batab. Have a great day.
Airwick's Essential Mist Diffuser is conveniently cordless and portable for the type of person who's always inviting friends to. With adjustable fragrance levels and a wide range of scents, Airwick Essential Mist creates an inviting ambiance every time you host. Airwick, always fragrant, always inviting.
Don't let congestion take over. Afrin No-Trip. Wow, ridiculously fast nasal congestion relief. The wow is real. And now try new drug-free Afrin Saline.
Be the one thing that can change everything. Be bold. Be authentic. In a world where you can be anything. Be love. Be love. Be love. Be love. Pandora.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Well, good Tuesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Josh Colbert.
What do you got for us over there?
It's National Golden Retriever Day.
Oh, that's cute.
You know how everyone says like you're either a golden retriever or a black cat? Have you heard that?
No, but I get it. I get it. Yeah.
Like I feel like you're a black cat. I feel like I'm a black cat. I feel like you're a black cat too.
Because I have a black cat.
Because you have one.
Oh
don't you?
yeah.
What's your cat's name again?
Mimi.
That's
M-I-M-I.
Mimi. Mimi.
So cute. Our weather is kind of cute.
I think so. Mild, dry.
It's not, freezing.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
not
not
what they're
take that.
dealing with to the east of the Mississippi, right?
Isn't that the truth?
Not
I
my
know.
problem.
Bless those people's hearts.
Good luck to those folks, but they can keep it, right?
Yeah.
They can
I mean-
absolutely keep all that.
Yeah, but still, I wish them that it's not good right now.
No,
places are still without power.
Yeah.
And
Texas is looking okay now. The snow's gone, ice is gone.
They did get a little bit of a, if you want to call it a heat wave, got past up above freezing, which was nice for a lot of those areas. But man, still just getting hit so hard.
Yeah, definitely. I would prefer no one to have it, but if someone has to have it,
Not it.
not it.
Nose goes.
Nose goes. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at those big weather stories. We do have some patchy areas of fog for this morning, also into tomorrow morning as well. And that avalanche danger is still considerable for today, less so for tomorrow. And we continue to keep the forecast very dry and mild for this time of the year through Saturday. Right now, you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bimar. And again, we're tracking those low-lying clouds, just one valley over in the Kittitas Valley. We have been tracking some very thick fog for this morning. Also some very thick fog for the Blue Foothills. Looks like some of this is also cutting through the lower Columbia Basin, including for the Tri-Cities. Okay, on to temperatures now. Most of us above freezing, but in the Yakima Valley, we are seeing some cold air getting trapped. So it's either at or just a little bit below freezing there. But for the rest of us, above freezing as we're seeing mid to upper 30s. Here's your hourly forecast for this Tuesday for the Yakima Valley. A mostly cloudy day. In spite of the cold start, we'll end up around 50 degrees, which is about 5 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. Okay, we'll take a trip back up to the Cascades, talk about that considerable avalanche danger for today and tomorrow. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks. We begin this half hour of news making a difference. This as the American Red Cross is facing a severe blood shortage, and they're urging people in our community to donate now to avoid delays in life-saving care. So winter is typically one of the toughest times of the year for the blood supply, with illnesses, bad weather, fewer donation drives, all contributing to that shortage. Well, Red Cross officials say over 550 blood drives were canceled since January 21st, resulting in over 15,000 uncollected blood and platelet donations. Volunteer donors are critical to keeping blood available for trauma victims, cancer patients, and emergency surgeries.
Doctors may face difficult decisions during a blood shortage, such as who can safely receive the products and treatments, and they will potentially have to wait because there simply isn't enough blood available.
So to encourage donations, the Red Cross is offering incentives. Donors who give between now and February 28th will receive a $20 e-gift card. Red Cross officials say there is no time to wait. Healthy, eligible donors are encouraged to give as soon as possible.
5:36 and talking local living. The city of Grandview is seeing new housing, new businesses, and also major infrastructure projects. City leaders say Grandview is currently in a major growth phase with 5 to 6 subdivisions currently in different stages of construction. A new development at the Forest Glen subdivision near Country Park recently broke ground, and it'll eventually add more than 270 homes. Over the past 4 years, about 650 homes have been built, with another 800 expected over the next several years. Officials say affordability and a shorter commute for Hanford workers are key reasons people are moving to the city of Grandview. That growth is also bringing new businesses, including a recently opened truck plaza with more retail planned. And to keep up, the city is investing in infrastructure like road improvements, a new well, and an additional 3 million gallon water reservoir.
People are moving here. They want to be in Grandview. And so businesses see that. Businesses see your influx in housing, and that's where businesses want to be. They want to be where the synergy is.
And city leaders say the projects are part of a long-term plan to support continued growth in the city. And keep it here, because coming up next, if you're looking to stretch your dollars this winter, February has some surprising bargains. Everything from appliances to electronics. And Consumer Reports is revealing the smart buys that you can score this month. We've got that after the break.
And giving you a live look outside this morning, this one from our Bimart camera in Yakima. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert is going to break down your first alert forecast.
A waterfall, a footbridge, and more. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News now at 6 tonight.
The story that shocked the nation.
13 siblings held captive by their parents.
Now, for the first time, 3 of the youngest Turpin children on how the horror happened a second time in a foster home.
It was a nightmare.
A Diane Sawyer special, tonight on ABC.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last. Plus, get 60 months, no interest. The President's Day Super Sale, on now at Furniture Row.
This is something that I've been dreaming about. I want to be a singer.
And I believe
I can do it.
Being here just means the entire world to me.
You were born to sing.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center in Benton City.
Put your moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease in check with Rinvoq, a once daily pill, and it works differently.
I got rapid relief at 2 weeks with Rinvoq. Check.
It helped visibly repair my intestinal lining. Check.
And I got lasting steroid-free remission. Check.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq.
Just in time for Valentine's Day. It's the Apple Valley News Now Love and Bloom giveaway, where one lucky winner wins a love collection, including a beautiful flower arrangement and more from the Flower Bar, and this spectacular jewelry from Jewelry Design Center, plus a $200 gift card to a local restaurant. You can make somebody's Valentine's Day extra special. All you need to do is enter to win today and every day on the contest page at applevalleynewsnow.com. From the Flower Bar, Jewelry Design Center, and Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
It's the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last. Plus, get 60 months, no interest. The President's Day Super Sale, on now at Furniture Row.
GBI has been brought in on a bank heist case.
We have any leads?
They are quick, they are precise, they never leave a trace.
I must scour through every bit of that footage to find a hole in your alibi.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's talk once again about that considerable avalanche danger that we have up in the Cascades for today and tomorrow. So for today, it's going to be about, I'd say, 60 to 70% of the forecast zones that the national this is the Northwest Avalanche Center, but 60 to 75% of the zones that they cover are going to be under considerable avalanche danger. Now, for tomorrow, there's still going to be considerable avalanche danger for the west, north, and for the west central slopes, but not so much for the rest of us. So hopefully that trend will continue as we head later and later into the week. But okay. Here's what to do if you happen to venture out into the backcountry and if you start to see an avalanche. Again, God forbid, but here's what to do if that happens. Try to escape, grab something solid, protect your airway, swim, make those swimming motions to try to stay on top. And coming up during the next hour, we'll talk about what to do if, again, God forbid, you're trapped. You're buried by snow in an avalanche. But okay, let's go ahead and take you on that zone by zone tour of today's forecast. Starting in the Cascades, going to get up into the 30s and 40s. It's going to be dry across the map for today. Then in the Kittitas Valley, mid-40s up and down the valley. Mostly cloudy skies. It's also going to end up being a mostly cloudy day in the Yakima Valley, where we'll end up in the upper 40s, right around 50 for the lower Columbia Basin. For the Blue Foothills, also right around 50. And then for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains, spanning anywhere from 45 to 55, which is, again, about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. Also tracking those patchy areas of fog for this morning, for tomorrow morning as well. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 5:43. Turning now to our consumer alert. And February might be a short month, but it can also be a surprisingly good one for winter bargain shoppers.
That's right. From President's Day sales to post-holiday price drops, Consumer Reports says there are several smart buys worth your attention right now.
February doesn't have a ton of sales, but we do have President's Day weekend, which will bring about some sales on bigger ticket items.
Consumer Reports tracks prices year-long. That means they're experts at knowing when certain products go on sale this month. In February, one of the biggest opportunities comes during President's Day weekend, especially if you're shopping for large appliances.
Dishwashers are among the large appliances you'll see on sale in February. They tend to be at a better discount than they usually are because you will see sales all year long.
Retailers are often trying to clear out older inventory ahead of spring product launches. CR experts suggest choosing a dishwasher with a stainless steel interior tub that will typically be more durable and stain resistant and help dishes dry more efficiently than a plastic one.
So with President's Day, we do see better than usual sales on mattresses. That can be anywhere from 5 to 10% better than you'll see any other time of the year.
Consumer Reports recommends focusing on comfort and support rather than brand hype, and says shoppers shouldn't be afraid to negotiate, especially in stores. February is also a good month for discounted electronics, including printers. But be careful, a great price on a printer that uses expensive ink is no bargain in the long haul. If you don't need to print in color, CR suggests going with a black and white laser printer. It's also a great time to snag a deal on slightly older tablets. Testers say older models that CR recommends, like the 10th Gen iPad or the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE, will still perform very well for streaming, browsing, and everyday use at a much lower price. This is Jaima Crespo.
And one more way to save this winter, don't shop at all. Kidding.
I was like, that's not the line.
That's not fun. No. It can also be a really good time actually to score a deal on a space heater.
Consumer Report says retailers often mark down heaters as demand starts to drop, making it a smart time to buy. And we might need to invest in one for here.
I know, it's always so cold in here.
Yeah.
But also when it comes to space heaters, be sure to prioritize your safety and make sure that it has the features like an automatic shutoff, tip over protection, because you also don't want to start a fire.
Yeah, and plug it directly into the socket, not like one of those extension cords.
Yes.
Good tip to keep in mind.
Yeah.
And don't leave it on. Like, don't walk away.
Safety first.
Leave it on there like I have in there right now. But somebody's in there, so. Shh. Anyways, what's coming up next?
We're going to take a quick break so that Jessica can go unplug her space heater.
I'll do that right. I'm walking away and I'm doing that right now.
And when we come back, we're going to have your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning, including your forecast. Chief Meteorologist Josh Culver is going to be back with your full First Alert forecast after the break.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Brace your taste buds. Don't miss out on the new DQ $6.99 Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket. A spicy, bold heat, served with a side of our cool, sweet DQ soft serve as a dip. All for just $6.99. Plus, try a sweet, spicy sip of lemonade made with tahini. It's the new Schweitzer menu for a limited time, only at DQ.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The record shows no driver at fault. However, we found footage which shows the other driver caused the wreck.
Nice job. What's the insurance company's offer?
You know it's too low. Should I ask them for more?
Thanks, Shelby. But you know when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Injured in a car wreck? Call the heavy hitter, Attorney Mariano Morales.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
Rodney Carrington.
If you've been married for 25 or 30 years, you got there because you learned how to keep your mouth shut in all the right spots. That's right.
Friday, June 26th at Legends Casino Hotel. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com or Legends Gift Shop.
Some things didn't work out like you thought they would. You ain't never been on no fancy Italian vacation, but damn it, you been to Olive Garden for free breadsticks.
Don't miss Rodney Carrington live.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. A place where the views are as good as the company. And the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Stacy Lee. First Alert Weather. Watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have patchy areas of fog for this morning, and we could for tomorrow morning as well. And thus far, it's been the Kittitas Valley and the Bluefoot Hills that have seen the thickest of the fog, but it does look like some of this is cutting through the basin, including for portions of the Tri-Cities. We're thinking most of this is probably going to lift by 10 a.m. And then for tomorrow morning, model consensus is suggesting that the most favorable locations for fog development are once again going to be in the Bluefoot Hills and the Kittitas Valley. And once again, it looks like the bulk of this should lift by 10 a.m. But per usual, fog is always very finicky to forecast for. Okay, the forecast is going to stay mild and dry through Saturday at least, and so here's why. We continue to track these two areas of high pressure that continue to dominate the Pacific Northwest. If these weren't here, this atmospheric river would end up impacting us, but the areas of high pressure are here, so this is going to end up falling apart. It won't impact us too much. Here's what those precip chances are going to look like over the next week for the Tri-Cities. Dry through Saturday, a little bit wetter by Sunday, but starting to trend drier again by Monday. Now, of course, you can see hour by hour and day by day precip chances and temperatures and wind gusts and visibility, all by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play, and that forecast can be catered to your exact home address. Okay, those high temperatures over the next week in the Tri-Cities going to stay pretty close to 50 degrees at least through Saturday. Actually a touch warmer by the time we get to Sunday and Monday, up into the mid-50s. That's going to be about 10 degrees warmer than normal for the early portions of February. And then in terms of those overnight lows, they're going to bounce anywhere between 33 to 39. A big, not a huge uptick in overnight lows, but a noticeable uptick in temperatures from Friday night to Saturday night, as we'll go from, in essence, 35 to 40. Okay, here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dry and mild through Saturday, then small rain chances come back by Sunday. For Yakima, highs hovering around 50 this week with mostly cloudy skies overall. For Ellensburg, already turning into a foggy start for this morning. We'll see how persistent the fog is going to end up being throughout the week. For Hermiston, partly to mostly cloudy and mild through Saturday, then maybe some rain by Sunday. And finally, for Walla Walla, this is where we'll see the best chance for wet weather on Sunday, other than the mountains, of course.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time's 5:51, and we start your morning sprint with the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. The Port of Benton is under increasing scrutiny following a series of investigations and leadership changes. An independent report released in January found Commissioner Scott Keller violated state law and port policies, including misuse of public resources. Shortly after, commissioners placed Executive Director Diane Howard on paid administrative leave, citing internal strain. Now the board has terminated the Chief Financial Officer and Auditor, Alicia Myers, following an executive session. With 2 top leaders removed and few public explanations, critics say accountability and transparency remain major concerns at the port.
And after decades of destruction from wildfires and flooding, the 100-year-old Yakima-Tieton Canal may be beyond repair. Officials say the 2024 Retreat fire weakened the canal and the surrounding soil, making it vulnerable to landslides and flooding, damage worsened by December's floods. Canal leaders are seeking state and federal funding to replace it with a tunnel and enclosed system. Without action, they warn the valley could lose up to $700 million annually in crop production and risk widespread water shortages.
Following strong community backlash over the placement of a level 3 and higher sex offender home in a Kennewick neighborhood, Tri-City lawmakers have introduced a package of 6 bills to change how those placements are handled. Lawmakers say protecting families and children should be nonpartisan. The proposed legislation includes changes to the state's LRA process, with companion bills introduced in both the House and the Senate.
And the American Red Cross is warning the public about a severe blood shortage. This comes as winter illnesses, weather, and canceled blood drives continue to limit donations. Since late January, over 500 drives have been canceled, resulting in over 1,500 missed donations. Officials say volunteer donors are essential to support trauma patients, cancer care, and emergency surgeries. Now, to boost turnout, donors who give through February 28th will receive a $20 e-gift card, and the Red Cross is urging people to give as soon as possible.
And city leaders say Grandview is in a major growth phase with multiple subdivisions under construction and hundreds of new homes planned. Officials estimate about 650 homes have been built in the last 4 years, with another 800 expected. Much of that growth is tied to workers commuting to the Hanford site. The city recently celebrated the opening of a new truck stop and is investing millions in water storage and wastewater upgrades.
Turning now now to your national headlines this morning. Homeland Security has announced that all federal officers on the ground in Minneapolis will now be issued body-worn cameras, a move officials say is meant to increase transparency. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem says the rollout is effective immediately in Minneapolis, and it will expand nationwide as funding becomes available. The decision comes amid protests over the fatal shootings of 2 U.S. citizens involving federal agents last month. President Trump voiced support in the move.
And looking around the world at 5:54 this morning, now as Russia has resumed large-scale strikes overnight in Ukraine's major cities, ending a brief pause agreed to between Moscow and Washington. Now, Ukrainian officials say Russia launched its largest missile and drone attack of the year, targeting energy infrastructure across multiple regions as winter temperatures plunge well below zero. President Volodymyr Zelensky says the strikes were aimed at maximizing damage during extreme cold, calling the attacks a sign Russia is choosing pressure over diplomacy.
In your health headlines, researchers are helping lead a shift towards natural food color alternatives using cranberries. Scientists at the University of Wisconsin-Madison have developed a patented process that uses lecithin instead of alcohol or acetone, and that's to extract vibrant red pigments from cranberries. And they say the method is safer, more sustainable, and preserves beneficial compounds found naturally in the fruit. The resulting ingredient can be turned into powders for use in foods like protein bars, pudding, and also ice cream. The first taste test began in 2023, and now the university is thinking big picture, partnering with large-scale companies.
5:55 in your sports headlines this morning. Hype is gearing up for the most popular event in American sports. This year's Super Bowl has even more energy behind it than usual for a few reasons. First of all, both teams are underdogs. Pretty much no one expected the New England Patriots or the Seattle Seahawks to make it to the big game. At the beginning of the season, they both faced greater than 50-1 odds against it. Kickoff for Super Bowl 60 happens this Sunday at 3:30 Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Go Hawks.
Thank you. And trending now this morning, Milwaukee County Zoo's rhino predicted an early spring yesterday.
See, and I feel like this shadow,
he gets it,
would be bigger than the groundhog.
So maybe we got to switch to rhinos now.
I believe the rhino. Zoo making the announcement in a video. You see it here. Is posted on Facebook. Rhino Kianga predicted cloudy skies and an early spring forecast.
Since the passing of the zoo's groundhog, Gordy, in 2023, staff has tapped other animals to serve as the predictor on Groundhog Day.
This, however, contradicts famous groundhog Puxatawny Phil's prediction of a longer winter.
I'm starting to not believe the groundhog.
I didn't really want to, and I don't know if that's just, wishful thinking, but who would you trust more? Someone named Punxsutawney or Kianga? I'm thinking Kianga.
Kianga all day.
Kianga.
She
and
sounds smart.
The rhino could kill me. So whatever he says goes.
Yeah, no, we're...
Oh,
that
yeah,
part.
it's an early spring.
Yeah,
sure.
no,
Whatever
for
you say.
sure, Mr. Rhino. Yeah. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A new nonprofit in Kennewick creating a space just for men. The Sparkle Initiative aims to build connections, support mental health, and give men a place to show up for each other. This morning, we're going to tell you how you can get involved coming up in your 6 o'clock hour.
Plus, she's actually... Scratch that. Josh, what are you tracking?
She's tracking mild and dry weather throughout most of this week, but we have the avalanche danger still up in the Cascades and perhaps some more active weather for this weekend. She'll talk about that coming up in the morning.
There is a cute she coming up in the 6 o'clock hour.
We promise.